Do you have back pain that's keeping you from doing what you love? Or do you have hip pain that bothers you every time you do your favorite sport? Has somewhat well-intentioned person told you that you need to strengthen your abs, but not told you how? If any of those are you, keep watching to learn how to fix it. Hi, Dr. Rhiannon here. Today I'm going to talk to you about turning your core on. You've probably heard that to have a strong back, it's important to have strong abs. But today I want to talk a little bit about why that matters, and then I'll teach you 3 different ways to practice getting your core to turn on. First of all, I just want to talk about how important it is to have a strong core to help prevent back pain. If you've ever had a sore back, you know how much it's at the middle of everything we do throughout our day, and how hard it is to avoid it if your back is really hurting. The reason our abs help is they come all the way around our front. There's 3 different layers of our abs, and it's like a back brace you can wear all the time. So if you get your abs stronger, it's like you're always wearing that support of having a back brace on, but it's even better because it's built into your body. Today I want to teach you 3 different ways to get your abs to turn on. I like to tell patients that this is the very foundation. Once you get a pelvic tilt, which is the exercise we're going to talk about today, once you get a pelvic tilt really good, you can add on anything else you want. You can do planks or dead bugs or bear hovers or anything cool like that, but you have to first be very good at these basics of having your pelvic tilt down. So without further ado, let's go ahead and lay down and we'll go through 3 different ways you can practice doing a pelvic tilt. The first way to think about doing a pelvic tilt is the simplest. While you're laying down, I want you to find, using your fingers, I want you to find the hip bones right on the front of your pelvis. Put your fingers on them and then scoot just towards your belly button. This puts your fingers right over the muscle we're wanting to turn on, which is a nice way for you to get feedback if you're doing it right. The first way I want you to think about it is to imagine turning on your stomach muscles and pushing your back down into the table. It's almost like you had a hand or a really small rolled up towel behind your back and you're trying to flatten it out using your abs. This is the easiest way to learn how to do it, but one common issue I see with this cue is that people really want to use their glutes. So as you're doing it, make sure you're feeling with your fingers, making sure you feel your stomach muscles turn on, but also be noticing if your glutes are helping too much. It's really a pretty small motion and your hips should be totally relaxed. If that doesn't quite click, the next technique I have for you is to imagine that the front of your ribs have flared way out and you're trying to use your abs to pull them back into the place where they belong. So put your fingertips right back where they were, find that hip bone, scoot just towards your belly button, and then imagine using your abs to pull those ribs back in. You'll feel your abs turn on up here too, but also right on that spot where you've got your fingers. Again, check in, make sure your glutes are relaxed. That's another nice option. That's option 2. The final option I have for you is using some deep breathing. So this is a way we can almost cheat and use a system that's already built into your body. So I'll explain it and then we'll do it together. First, I want you to take a really deep breath in and then blow out like you're blowing out a bunch of birthday candles. And then keep blowing and keep blowing and keep blowing until you feel like you have no air left. And you'll feel like magic. You'll feel your abs turn on as your body works hard to push that last bit of air out of your body. So let's go ahead and do it together. We'll take a nice deep breath in and blow out those candles. Keep going, keep going, keep pushing, keep pushing. Yes, you should feel those abs turn on right in there. And relax. Try it again and do a few until you feel like you've got a feel for where that muscle should be. Then go back and try one of the other 2 options, and I think you'll find it's easier to get it to turn on. So there you have it. 3 different ways to get your abs to turn on. First, think about smushing something behind your back. Second, think about pulling the front of your ribs down. And third, think about blowing out some candles and pushing out all your breath until you've got every last candle blown out. Now that you've gotten your abs to turn on well, you'd have to keep working at it. I like to tell patients it's like learning a new language. If you only practice once or twice a week, you might eventually learn something, But teaching your muscles to do a new skill or learning a new language takes daily practice. I find people do the best if they practice their pelvic tilts every single day. Ideally, you would do it 2 or 3 times a day. I know that's a lot of trouble, but if you do it first thing in the morning and on the way to bed, you're already laying down both of those times. As far as how many to do, I would say start with what you can. If you do 5 and you're feeling exhausted or feeling like your body's starting to cheat, stop there and gradually work your way up until maybe you can do 10. Then build your way up to where you're doing 2 or 3 sets of 10. That would be my eventual goal for you, but I much prefer that you do perfect reps and only do as many as you can, rather than try to power through all 30 and have bad form. I hope this video has been helpful for you. I hope after today you're feeling your abs turn on more and you're well on the way to getting a strong core to help support your back. If you liked this video, check out the description below for a link to my free guide on strengthening for your backs, hips, and knees in just 20 minutes a day. If you have more questions, feel free to drop a comment below or reach out to me through my website, snowyrrangept.com. Thanks, and see you next time.